students across the world, but is often overlooked until it becomes a serious problem. Our topic is student burnout and mental health, and today's episode is titled Burnout Before We Begin, the hidden mental health crisis among students. When people think about students' life, they often imagine young people pursuing their dreams, gaining knowledge, and preparing for successful careers. However, behind those achievements, many students are struggling with stress, anxiety, exhaustion, and overwhelming pressure. In recent years, conversation about student well-being have become increasingly important because academic success should not come at the cost of mental health. To help us explore the topic, I'm joined with three wonderful guests. We have Nadine, who will share her personal experience with burnout. We also have Naura, who will discuss the pressure students often receive from family and educational institutions. Finally, we have Laila, who will provide expert insight from psychological and educational perspective. Thank you all for being here today. To start our discussion, I'd like to ask a simple question. When you hear the word burnout, what comes in your mind? Nadine, want to begin?
Sure. So, when I hear the word burnout, the first thing that comes to my mind is exhaustion. Not just physical exhaustion, but mental and emotional exhaustion as well. I experienced burnout during semester when I had multiple assignments, presentation, exams, and organizational responsibility all happening at the same time. At first, I thought everything was manageable. I create schedules and try to stay productive. I believe that if I work harder and manage my time well, I could handle everything. However, after several weeks, I start noticing just myself. I felt tired all the time, even after sleeping. I still feel exhausted. I struggle to concentrate while reading articles or commenting assignments.
Okay, was there a particular moment when you realized that what you were experiencing was more than ordinary stress?
Yes, definitely. I remember sitting in front of my laptop one evening while working on an assignment. The deadline was approaching and I know exactly what I need to do. But for some reason, I couldn't focus. I kept reading the same paragraph over and over again without understanding. I spent hours trying to complete a task that normally would be much less time. That's when I realized something was not right.
That's a really interesting point. Many students probably assume that the solution to academic pressure is simple, working harder. Laila, from a psychological perspective, why does burnout affect productivity in this way?
That's a great question also. Actually, burnout occurs when people experience prolonged stress without sufficient recovery. So when students are constantly under pressure, their cognitive abilities can be affected, like their concentration may feel difficult and then their memory may less effective and also their motivation may decrease significantly. So as a result, the students may study for a long time but they achieve less.
Okay, so burnout is not a sign of laziness.
Not at all. So in fact, people who experience burnout actually they are highly motivated students and also hardworking individuals. So the problem is they continue pushing themselves beyond their limit for extended period like that.
I think that's important to emphasize because many students blame themselves when they are studying.
Exactly. So instead of recognizing burnout as a warning sign, they often see burnout as a personal failure.
Okay, now that we've discussed what burnout feels like, let's talk about its causes. Now, Ma, in your opinion, what contributes most to students' burnout?
Personally, I think expectations play a huge role because students receive pressure from many different directions. There are expectations from parents, teachers, lecturers, friends, and sometimes even from themselves. So most of these expectations come from good intentions and parents want their children to succeed and teachers want their students to achieve their potential. So however, when these expectations become excessive, they can create enormous pressure.
Can you give us an example?
For example, what some students feel that they must always achieve excellent grades, and if they receive a lower score than they expected, they immediately think they have failed, and over time, this mindset creates constant anxiety.
Okay, that's true. And I think social media has also influenced how students view success. Okay, what do you think about that?
I think social media allows us to see other people's achievements every day. So we see scholarships, awards, internships, and academic accomplishments. While these achievements can be inspiring, they can also make students feel inadequate.
Even though that's not necessarily reality.
Yeah, exactly. People usually share their successes online, so not their failure or difficult moments, right?
So actually, research has shown that social comparison can affect significantly to mental well-being. So when students constantly compare themselves to others, they may develop feelings like inadequacy, anxiety, and also feeling of doubt. And these emotions contribute to emotional exhaustion and also burnout itself. And this emotion contributes to emotional exhaustion and also eventually increase the risk of burnout itself. I think social media plays a big role in these issues. Like students see other people's achievement, like scholarship and an award or high grades. However, they just see the achievement without seeing the struggle behind it. As a result, some students may feel that they're not doing enough, even they're already working very hard. And over time, this mindset can increase stress and make burnout more likely.
So burnout is not caused only by workload. It's also influenced by how students perceive themselves and their achievement.
Exactly, that's correct. Like physical pressure can be just as exhausting as academic pressure.
We've talked about the causes of burnout, but let's discuss its consequences. What happens when burnout is ignored? Laila, perhaps you will start?
Yeah, certainly when burnout is left unaddressed, it can affect multiple areas of students' life. Like academically, students may struggle to focus, complete assignments, or participate actively in class. And from illusion, they may experience frustration and hopelessness, also, or even depression. And from the physical, burnout can contribute to headache and also sleep problems and fatigue and other health concerns.
So the effect extend beyond academics.
Yeah, absolutely. Burnout affects the whole person itself.
And I experienced some of this effect myself. During my most stressful period, I was not just struggling academically, I also become less interested in activities that I normally enjoy. Even spending time with friends felt exhausting.
That's actually quite common. I've seen friends withdraw from social activities because they felt overwhelmed by academic responsibilities.
Okay, everyone, do you think universities pay enough attention to this warning sign?
Honestly, I think awareness has improved, but there is still room for improvement. So many institutions encourage academic achievement, but mental health support is not always visible or easily accessible.
I agree. Sometimes students don't know where to seek help or they feel uncomfortable asking for support.
Yeah, that's a serious issue. So many students wait until their problem becomes served before seeking assistance. While actually early intervention is extremely important.
That's valuable point. Addressing burnout early may prevent more serious mental health challenges later. Now, let's focus on solutions. What can students, families, and educational institutions do to reduce burnout? Laila, would you like to begin?
So clearly, first educational institutions should recognize that students' well-being is just as important as the academic performance. Schools and universities can provide like counseling service and also mental health programs. On the other hand, they can provide supportive learning environments. And also, teachers and lecturers can also help by creating realistic expectations and encouraging healthy study habits.
Okay, that sounds like an important starting point. Nadine, what strategies help you manage burnout?
Okay, so one thing that helped me is learning prioritize. At one point, I tried to do everything perfectly, which is impossible. Eventually, I realized that not every task requires the same amount of attention. Learning to prioritize helped reduce some.
Okay, that's practical advice. What about Naura?
I think communication is another important solution because many students carry their stress alone because they don't want to disappoint others. So talking to trusted friends, family members, or teachers can make a huge difference.
Okay, that's true. Sometimes simply sharing our struggles can make them feel less overwhelming.
I totally agree with that. And additionally, parents should remember that emotional support is just as important as academic encouragement. So students need to know that their value is not determined solely by grades or achievement.
Yeah, I think that's something many students need to hear.
Definitely. Sometimes students feel that they must constantly improve their work to performance.
And that mindset can be harmful in the long term. Education should help students grow, not constantly exhaust them.
Before we conclude, I want each of you to share one key takeaway from today's discussion. Maybe Nadine, would you begin?
Okay, so my main takeaway is that burnout can happen to anyone, including hardworking and motivated students. Recognizing the sign early is important because burnout becomes much more difficult to manage when it is ignored.
Okay, thank you, Naura. For me, the most important lesson is that student needs support, understanding, and realistic expectations because encouragement is often more effective than pressure. Okay, that's great point. Maybe for the last, Laila.
Okay, for me, my takeaway is that mental health and education should not be separated, and students learn best when they are emotionally healthy and supported. So academic success should not come at the expense of well-being.
Okay, thank you all for those thoughtful reflections. As we come to the end of the day's podcast, we've explored the hidden mental health crisis affecting many students around the world. We discussed what burnout is, the pressures that contribute to it, its consequences for students, and possible solutions that can help create healthier educational environments. One message stands out from our conversation. Academic achievement is important, but mental health is equally important. Students should not have to sacrifice their well-being in order to success. Creating healthier learning environments requires cooperation from students, families, educators, and institutions. I'd like to thank Nadine, Naura, and Laila for sharing their valuable perspective today. And thank you to everyone who listened to our discussion today. See you in our next episode. Thank you for listening all.
Goodbye!